So this video is all about how to beat procrastination. Procrastination is something we all face, and in today's world this is something which is a huge problem, especially in the Gen Z and the youth. So this is the only video you need to watch ever to beat procrastination. I have identified 6 steps through which you can beat procrastination like a boss. So let's start. So the first point of this video is know the enemy. What is exactly the procrastination? What is exactly you are doing wrong? So you are delaying things. Procrastination is a process of delaying things to tomorrow or to some other time, or postponing things or not working in a fixed schedule. So the first point of this video is know the enemy. What is procrastination? Here is something that you want to know. It's all about delaying things. You are delaying things. You are postponing things. You are not doing things in a hurry or doing things at the right time. You are just delaying and delaying and delaying. Why do you do that? Because there's always a conflict in a mind. You know what? I read it somewhere, like when you want to do something, there's a part of a brain who says, Kamal, you have to write a book. So you have to go and write a book. But there's another part of the brain who says, no, Kamal, let's watch a movie. So there's a long-term goal perspective part, and there's a short-term instant gratification part. You have to think that this instant gratification is something you don't want to wound up in, and you have to overcome ultimately. So that's the basic reason, that's the whole point. Now, how to beat it? So start from the second point. So this is the toughest one, because this is a beginning. Whenever you begin something to do, whenever you are new at something and you start doing it, you will be not great at it in the very beginning until you have done it for a quiet period of time. So just start is something you want to do. You want to do something, just start it and do it for 5 minutes. According to a study, whoever started for 5 minutes, they kept in mind that they are going to work only for 5 minutes. 80% of them continue working. 80% of them continue working and worked for a quite of period of time until they finished the work or they reached quite a bit of it. So you have to think like you have to start. This is the toughest part. You have to overcome the urge to not to work and to get to work just for 5 minutes. You have to start, and most of you will keep going. I read a quote that start before you are ready. That means you have to just start and you have to find out the entire process while you are doing things. You will not have the opportunity to have a perfect start. You will never have that opportunity, believe me, because you will always find an excuse to not do things or to delay things. You will never have the perfect gear to shoot a video. You will never have a perfect content to make a script. You will never have a perfect content to write a book, but you have to start and figure out in the entire process how to end things and how to manage all of it. So start before you are ready. Now get to the third point. So this is the third point, beat the resistance. It's also one of the very tough point, and it's very much related to the first point. You know, everything is interconnected here. As I mentioned, that there's a part of brain who says you that you have to get to work, you have to finish this thing. But ultimately, there's also a small part of brain which is always pulls you towards the instant gratification part. So that resistance, that conflict is something you want to beat. Okay, so there's always a force that will pull you away from work, and believe me, the more this force is, the more the pull is, the important the work is. That means the more you don't want to do something, the more that work is very much important, because your instant gratification part will let you finish small works. You know, there's something like resistance with a small r, that means small work, you are delaying the small work, and resistance with a big R, that you are delaying big work, you are delaying huge and important work. So you have to identify these things and prioritize those things and then get to it. Okay, and prioritizing, I have talked about prioritizing in my time management video, that is in this channel. You can also visit that video. So you have to beat the resistance. You have to say that no, this is something I want to do, and this, the more the pull is getting me away from the work, the more I have to get to it. The fourth point is the most interesting point in this video. Be a professional. And I don't own all this content. Believe me, I've read it somewhere, I've heard it somewhere, I've watched it somewhere, I compiled it up, I used it, it worked in my life, and I am sharing it with you, my audience. Okay, so be a professional. There's a book, I'll maybe name the book, I don't remember the exact book, I've read it in that. I don't read the entire book, but just a part of it. Here it was written, be a professional. You have to be a professional in order to get things done. You have to think that you are a professional and you have to show up. Being a professional means you have to keep the work away from the instant gratification part. I'm always saying this instant gratification. Instant gratification means that you have to feel good in just 5 minutes of your time, and that is not the right mindset. You have to think about the long term, and that's where professionalism comes in, that you have to keep the work above that instant gratification part. You have to keep that writing of a book you have been delaying for 1 month above than watching a movie and getting happy about it. You have to just show up on the work and start doing things no matter how you feel. Just get to work, just get back to work. It doesn't matter how you feel, no one cares how you feel. You have to be a professional and just you have to show up. You have to be in a routine to get things done no matter how you feel. I'm very much stressing it out. Your feelings doesn't matter. You have to have the attitude to just start and keep going relentlessly. So that is something you want to beat, and you will enjoy the process, as this is also connected to the first or the second point, like just start for 5 minutes. That urge, you have to defeat it, to not to work. Just start for 5 minutes and keep going. So this is the fifth point of the video, goal setting and deadline setting. Never ever work in an open loop. That means you have to create a closed loop to get things done. If you have no deadline, like I will finish this book, I will finish reading this book in some time. How much? You don't know. You will never finish that book, believe me. You will never finish that book, or you will finish that book very late, very late. Okay, but if you decide that I am going to read 3 pages of this book for every day for the next 100 days, and the book is 300 pages long, and I'm going to finish that book, you will finish that book. You will finish that book in almost 100 days, because you are reading 3 pages a day for 100 days, and the book is 300 pages long. It's as simple as that. So this simple trick is going to save your day. That goal setting, you have to have a set of goals. Don't have one goal in mind, have 3-4 goals in mind in different areas, like you have to read a book, or you have to do this assignment, or you have to shoot 5 videos, you have to make the script of 6 videos. Have this much goal, because if you get bored from one thing, you have to jump on another thing and that get things done. And always have the expectation on the basis of inputs, never on the basis of output. That means goal setting is something you want to do on input basis, not on output basis. Let me tell you the difference. So the input things and the output things are two different things. The input things are much more positive thing than the output thing. So I can have a goal setting, like I have 280 subscriber right now. I can have a goal setting like I will cross 1500 subscriber on the end of 3 months. That can be a goal setting. That is an output related goal setting. That is not a great attitude to have. That is something which can lead to disappointment. But what I can do to convert is as an input basis goal setting is like have an input basis goals. Like I will shoot 3 videos a week and upload 3 videos a week for the next maybe 3 months, and then see where it let me take. Okay, so that is something I can do, that is in my control. So always seek goals which are in your control. Never ever think that, oh, I will score 99% in a particular test. That is not going to work. You have to think that no, the input goal setting says that I don't have to set goal on output things. So I will not, maybe I will score 99% or I will not score 99%. It's not in my control. But what is in my control is I will revise the syllabus thrice. So that's an input based goal setting. So believe me, you always be on the part of the input based goal setting. The 6th point is something that you want to keep always on a watch. Be open for losses. You will go through this process and sometimes you will fail. Failure is inevitable. I fail on a lot of things daily and I succeed in a lot of things daily. But you have to keep in mind that the success ratio should be above than the failure rate. That is very much acceptable in life. If you are failing at something, it doesn't mean that you are bad. It means you are bad in that thing and you can get better over time. So you have to be open for losses. You have to be open for disappointment. But you have to control the amount of disappointment. Don't let disappointment get under your skin. Don't let disappointment get under your discipline. Like, no, it's not going to work. I'm giving it up. Never ever have that attitude. So open for losses. The key is to improve. The key is always to improve and improve and improve. So thank you for watching this video. If this video helped you, please do share it to your friend and everything. You can shoot up questions and suggestion in the comment box. You can like this video, you can subscribe my channel, and you can visit us all over social media. We are here at Instagram and everything. So thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.